People are asking, at what age did you start playing?
So I started learning the tabla at the age of 3, and now I'm currently 17. So it's been 14 years of learning tabla.
Wow, that's awesome. Why'd you choose the tabla out of all the instruments?
From a young age, I was very attracted to the idea of like percussive playing, and I would always go around just banging on random Tupperware or countertops. So I think that chose me towards the idea of picking up the tabla.
Awesome. Are there any other instruments that you play?
Yes, I actually also pursue a career in Western classical percussion, so that's like orchestral music,
Uh-huh.
and I attend the Juilliard Pre-College to study that as well.
Wow. And what are some of your favorite ragas to perform on?
Um, One of them has to be definitely Bilawal, as we presented today. Couple of others include Jokones, um, Jinjoti, and others like that. So yeah.
Awesome. And then how does your music affect other areas of your life, like education, as you mentioned?
I mean, music has always been a really big part to me. I think the way that I think about any sort of situation, decisions in life kind of is in a methodical way, very similar to learning and practicing music. And in general, a lot of things that I try to do always pertain to the arts. Um, and one way that I've linked music with my education has been through research. I've been conducting research for the last 3 years regarding the combination of music and science as a form of rehabilitation. So I think music has always been a bridge towards educational development and can really be used for many different aspects in learning.
Oh, that's interesting. Could you tell us a little bit more about this research?
Definitely. So last year I conducted a research program where we had a couple of participants at a assisted living care and a rehabilitation center that were affected by some form of neurological disease or disorder. And one of the main things we wanted to do was see the combination of music therapy and occupational or physical therapy as a form of rehabilitation. And we conducted a study as like a low cost, low budget form of rehabilitation, and patients saw a really good improvement in overall limb mobility. And this was specifically for physical well-being and improvement in their upper limbs. So we use music playing, piano, percussion, listening to music as a form of creating a better program for rehabilitation following any form of physical injury to the upper limbs with the neurological diseases. So, yeah, I definitely think that music could really be not only just a form of entertainment or passion to listen to, but it can really be used to combine and heal other people through science as well.
Awesome. That sounds great. I got another question, but I'm also going to ask everyone on the meeting if you guys have any other questions, feel free to type it in the chat box there. Ritvik, somebody else is asking, what are your plans for the future?
My future is definitely will always be with music for sure. Right now, I'm applying to colleges, so I'm actually pursuing a degree in Bachelor's of Music for Western Classical Percussion at quite a few conservatories that I'm looking for. But I definitely see a future where I pursue both Western classical music and Indian classical music. And I really want to not only be a performer or still be a student like I will always be, but I definitely would like to continue this tradition of teaching. And that's very important in our Indian culture, the Guru Shishya Parampara, which is that bond between the teacher and the teacher and the student. And so I definitely want to bring those kind of ideas when teaching any sort of music, whether it be Indian classical or Western classical music. So yeah.
Awesome, nice. We have one more question. Who are your favorite musical artists and who
Uh,
inspires you?
I think for when it comes to Indian classical music, especially being an aspiring musician with tabla, I would have to say one my guru Pandit Nayan Ghosh ji. He is an encyclopedia basically of education regarding Indian classical music. He comes from one of the most well-revered traditions of incredibly inspiring and tremendous musicians who have changed the scene of Indian classical music, including his father, Pandit Nikhil Ghosh, and maestros like Ustad Ahmed Jan Thirakwa and other in our time. And those who I really like to listen to also include a lot of jazz legends like Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis, Charlie Parker. And I'd say in the Western classical music, I would have to say composers like Beethoven, Shostakovich, those kind of legendary figures have always been very important to me.
Interesting. Any aspirations for getting involved in jazz yourself?
Definitely. I've always been intrigued by the idea of how Western music and Indian music has this middle ground of jazz where it's not just written music, but there's so much improvisation, which is so unique to Indian classical music. And then there's the ideas of theory and like ideas of developing in a way that is much more pertaining to Western music, that jazz has a middle ground that can accept both and creates a medium for many musicians to meet from across the world. And I think that's especially one of the things that Zakirji looks at as his way of collaborating with so many people. So definitely that's one of my dreams, to use it as a platform to bring across a lot of forms of music.
Awesome. Wow, that's a really interesting way of looking at combining the two, or how the similarities between the two. I think we have one more coming in. So most people listen to music to relax. How do you relax?
I definitely, music is on in my, either I'm listening it to it or it's in the house playing 24/7. So I definitely see that as a form of relaxation, but I try to step away from what I'm working on in the moment. I try to step away from the exact music that I'm listening to. I consider that more like a study time, more of, if I was listening to that, that would be like more analysis. But if I'm relaxing, I really try to find the music that I just enjoy listening to. That's not something I'm trying to prepare at the moment. So I definitely I definitely listen to music when I'm relaxing, and I also really love spending time with friends, family, relaxing with them, trying to find some other form of entertainment just away from music, because or else it could become too much of a trap, and you don't have a broader view of what life is really like. So, yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, okay, let's stepping away from music. Are you into sports? Any sports you play?
Definitely. I play basketball and tennis for school, as well as I really enjoy watching with my friends and family. We're all big baseball and basketball fans. So yeah, we definitely find that as another form of entertainment.
Awesome. Hey, any other interests? I mean, to help the audience get to know you a little bit better?
Definitely. I think one thing that has really made a big impact on the way I see music as well is the ideas of technology and music technology. I think that's a big factor now with the pandemic going on. Music is going to be shifted a lot, and we see that today we're holding a Zoom concert. The idea of technology and its effects on music is a really big thing. So I've been getting in a lot into audio and video aspects of understanding how to be not only just a better musician, but like a performer, entertainer, putting yourself out there to the public. So definitely.